Hi, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Struggling Day Trader channel. The name is Hassan, and this channel is about my struggle to become a profitable day trader. I'm streaming live every market open so you guys can see my entries, exits, rap about our trades, all that good stuff, man. If you want to join me on my journey, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's get to it. The review video from today. As you can see, pretty standout day from any of the days in the last few weeks. Um, and it's got a story to it. So let's just jump in. My first trade this morning, I had a really hard time. I've been trying to pick just one thing to look at for the day, and I just couldn't settle on one thing. So at the open, I found myself flipping. I added my tabs here, and there was only 3 of them or so this morning. Um, but yeah, so I found myself flipping back and forth between OKLO, ASPN. Think there was maybe 2 more that I was kind of maybe about, like this one. Actually, the way it sold off pre-market made I thought this was going to be the one, but the way it sold off pre-market, I was like, nah, this might not be it. The my hesitance with OKLO was the daily, because I just, more times than not, after a high volume wide range day, is going to be a pullback or an inside day. So, and it was below yesterday's high. Like, it gapped over the close, but it was below yesterday's high. So I was just like on the fence. Like, I didn't have one that I really wanted to look at. And but anyway, I don't know what I was doing over here on ASPN, honestly. I mean, it opened below VWAP, which is pretty weak, honestly. Um but open green candle, a little volume. What is that? Nah, that's no volume. So it really didn't open till right here. Yeah. This is the first real batch of shares that went through. Um, so, I have my HVS here, right? And then went up, made a new high, and pulled back. Now, when this candle pulled back, I was interested because, it was above my HVS line. And then I flipped away from it. And when I came back, I saw this candle. And I was like, wow, that turned out to be a great candle. And then I looked at the volume, like, wow, that's a really good volume at that HVS level. But this volume bar goes to this candle, not this candle. And so I never would have gotten, I never would, I don't, well, let me not say never, but volume plays a big part into my entry. And I want to have volume under my entry, not above my entry. So having this big, I would have put my order above this candle. So I just messed up. I just need to, looking at a bunch of things. I just missed this. I just missed that this volume candle was for that. And so yeah, stopped out pretty quick on that move. And then I flipped over to OKLO. What is that? Um, yeah, I flipped over to OKLO, and let's put in my HVS line here above that opening volume. All right. So opens, lots of volume, trades down, which, really just continuing the pullback. Had a pretty strong pre-market. So ain't nothing wrong with a little pullback at the open. Um, Makes a low, comes up, makes a new high of day. This candle closes above HVS, new high of day, but then we close below and come down here to VWAP, and I'm liking the break back over HVS, the top of the high of this candle, the top of this volume. And what did I was I looking at the 2 as well? Yeah, me see. Yeah, nah. So this was definitely just looking at the one. Yeah, so I took the move up over my HVS line and came up, made a higher high, beautiful. Came down, made a higher low. And so I added at the break of this candle. And yeah, man, it worked out really well. I took profit at 3R. I was very much considering just moving my stop up. But, I just keep going back and forth, and I don't know. I feel like more times than not, I don't know, man. It's like every time I take 3R and it goes way past, because this went way past. Um, I always feel like, man, I should be moving my stop up on the lows. But then when I move my stop on the lows and I get stopped out before 3R, I'm like, man, or it goes up to 3R. I don't take profit, but then it comes and stops me at 2R or stops me at somewhere below that. I'm like, man, I should just be taking out at 3R. Like 3R is great risk to reward, right? So, yeah, I missed this big move up here, which was much bigger than the move I caught. Like I caught a very small piece of this overall move. But I felt good about it. I felt good about it because I did what I said I was gonna do. I waited for the higher high, higher low to HVS and VWAP. I made sure my entry was above HVS and I added on confirmation and took profit. Could have partialed, man, for real. But it's all good. And then, so after that, I'm feeling good. I got 3R locked in on my P&L and I'm minus $6, 640 on ASPN. So now I'm looking at this ugly red on my P&L and I'm like, man, I got to get this back. And so I'm watching it, comes down, makes a lower low of day, go down, makes a lower low of day, but not by too much. And then it starts to kind of look like it wants to uptrend. Nice big volume into the bottom of this here. And stops making new lows. And I think I'm looking at the 2 a lot and the 5 on this entry. So yeah, it's just showing that it doesn't want to go down anymore. And what we got over here on the 5. Yeah, once I saw this super narrow range candle on the 5, that's when I was like, yeah, I gotta get in on this one. So I think I bought the break of this. Yeah, I might have had a little slippage there, but bought that break, stop. I actually had my stop under here, but my guy Trey was like, that's a nice entry with stop under lower day. And I was like, I should have my stop below lower day. And I moved it down there. And right after I moved it down there, it went and, pulled back a little bit, and that would have stopped me out. But I did not share size for low of day, so I increased my risk by quite a bit moving my stop down here. But I mean, I'm already in revenge mode at this point, so hey, mo better, But I survived this pullback, and then we make new highs, so I move my stop up to there, and my target is VWAP 68, 2568. And as it's getting up there, I'm like, oh man, it might keep going. And I take out my take profit order, man. Had it right there, man. But anyway, I after I did that, I was like, man, why did you do that? When you buy below VWAP, you got to sell some at VWAP. And so I raised my stop up pretty tight to make sure it didn't, lose too much. But yeah, my take profit was 68, 25.68. Ended up selling at 25.32, which was just enough to recoup my loss from my first trade. And it could have been, I probably could have had not a full R over, but close to it, But it's all good. I was happy to at least have erased the red off of there. And then I was done. I was done for the day, up 3R, and I'm chilling. And I think I even closed my station, but either I closed it or I just was away from it. But I decided to check out OKLO to see if it pulled back or not and what the price was doing. And let me get to I think it was the 5 that was really. No, it wasn't the 5. No, yeah, it was definitely the one that I was looking at. So I'm looking, and when I'm seeing this, and I'm starting to look for a pullback, I want to look for previous resistance, right? That might turn into previous support. So while I'm doing this, I look back here and look at this area here, right? Where it got tested a few times in here, and then it broke over and tested again a few times on the bottom side before bouncing. So I put my line there, and now I'm waiting and looking. And I see this, we start the downtrend up here, and I see this big volume come in and this big push down. Now, I've been watching this type of setup for a while. And so, no, this doesn't fit with my strategy for trading the open, but this is something that I've watched a lot. And I've been feeling sometimes where I feel like I know it's a good trade, but the only reason I can find to not take the trade is because my rules say not to take it. Like, not to take it after this time or not to take it below this level, but like it's checking all the boxes for a good trade. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between FOMOing into a trade and watching something set up with an idea beforehand, right? So I'm looking at this pulling back. I'm looking at this volume on this push down. And I know on the 1 minute, when something's pulling back, that first volume spike is usually going to make one more low before reversing. And so now after I see that, I'm watching it. And I'm fighting myself to not buy here, right? And I'm being patient. And then it pushes down and then more volume into this previous resistance turn support. And I'm thinking, I'm convinced that this is a good trade, right? But I know, look at this, it's low, it's downtrending right now on the 1, right? On the 5 and on the 15 is super strong, right? But it's downtrending on the 1. It's making lower highs and lower lows. But the volume, man, this volume right here really told a story for me. And I was just convinced, man. And so I took it. I took it and it went crazy. I took it and I had to take profit. I got in at 14.79 and I had to take profit initially at 3R. I was trying not to be greedy. 15.79. Wait. 15.79? Yeah. 15.79 was what I was going to take. $1. Risk 5 to make 15. 15 shares. But then my guy Trey, TH23 from the live, shout out him, man. It's my guy. He was like, bro, the catalyst on this is really good, man. You might want to set your take profit higher. And I was like, yeah, but I got to go, man. Like, I can't sit here and watch this trade. And, he started telling me a little bit about the catalyst. And I was like, He was like, just put your stop in a place you cool with and set a nice target, like something far out. And so first I put the target at 1647. And then I was like, all right, I went to 1697. And then, he's talking about it some more. He's still kind of like higher. So I was like, all right, I'm just taking out the take profit and I'm going to just leave my stop. And so I left my computer, so Diamond Hands was forced. And yeah, man, it did pretty good. And it hit my initial take profit at 47, and then it came up here. It didn't quite make it to, I think I wanted 79 because that would have been $2. It made it to 77 and pulled back, but I didn't have a take profit order in. But man, I held this thing all the way to the end of the day and went ahead and got 1679 out of it, which was 30 bucks, man. 6R on that trade. Like I caught it. I caught the dip, yo. Like look at this on the 15. I caught the dip. I caught the dip right down there and sold it all the way at the tippy top. I mean, it's higher now, but yeah, man, I felt really good about that trade. That was awesome. I made more on that trade than I did on my first trade, but man, that first trade could have been bananas. I don't know, man. I'm forever going to be. It's going to come down to the data at the end of the day. Um, that's going to tell me what the best thing is for me to do. So I'm just going to keep doing what I think is best in the situation, which I think for right now is just to take 3R out. But yeah, man, it was a good day. It was a good day. Just a mistake on ASPN. I was happy to be able to fix the mistake, and it's kind of like, you fixed it by buying, a setup that's not in your, your playbook. But I mean, I feel like I'm decent at reading price action, and so this didn't seem like a crazy idea. you know, um, yeah, it worked out. It worked out. Yeah, that's all I got, man. Had a good day today. Still, I think spending the time in the morning and really just picking like one, maybe two things to watch on the day. And the more control I can have on taking good entries and not making the bad trades, the more freedom I can have. Like all these rules and guidelines and bumpers are to try to help me build good habits and not make so many mistakes. But if I can, when I can stay locked in, then I can just trade. Not like willy nilly, but trust myself to take the proper setups. You know, but yeah, I mean, I've been feeling really good about just trying to put the right things in front of me and not having my focus spread so thin. Um, yeah, this is a beautiful chart. Like the only thing make this chart better, the entries are on point. Like the only better entry could be down here, you know what I mean? But like as far as confirmation goes, the first higher high, higher low, bam, I'm in there. And yo, straight rock star, man. Um yeah, man. So I feel like I'm getting better, but it's gonna take time for it to actually show in the P&L because I'm constantly digging out of a hole. Today was nice though. At the end of my live stream, I was down $60 on the month, and then I made another $30. So now I'm only down $30 on the month, and we still got half the month. So this may turn into my second ever profitable month if I can just stay focused. And that would be crazy to go from like, at least since I started streaming in like February or March, I've had one profitable month, which was July. And to have that, let's see, let's check these calendars. I do have a lot of missing data in my journal because I was like lost for a while and just didn't see the point in what is going on here. Executions by date range. Yeah, let's redo today. Let me get my journal popping here. Maybe. All right. Add trade. All right. Yeah, so minus 31 now. Um, my win percentage went up one. Let's see here. Journal, no. Calendar. Okay. Man, that's a lot of red days. Tuesday's on point, yo. It's like Monday coming off the weekend, it's just like clown stuff, and then then Tuesday I get my act together. um, there we go. Yeah, I only recorded 2 days in August. Here's July. Where's the rest of July? Oh, June was my first profitable month. Dang, bro, May was nasty. Great googly moogly. Look at June. Yeah, so June was my first profitable month, and then July I was feeling myself and raised my risk. Yeah, I had a nice first week in July, and I was like, yeah, it's time to raise risk. And look what happened. Oh my God. 214 red, 367, 132, 108, 100. Oh my God. I just destroyed my account. 5 days in a row of absolute epic destruction. Like to go from a month like this. Yeah, I was messed up in the head after this, man. Cause I think I raised my risk here. Lost 100 this day. Like look at these red days. 24. This one's pretty bad. 69. 50. No red days that week. 50, 42, 39, 51. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not disgusting, right? But then this day, 109. Oh my God. This week was like, bruh, minus 770 on the week. That's terrible. That was a depressing week for sure. I'm sure Pharaoh was in here every day, like, bro, you have no edge. Bro, you have no edge. Stop it. You suck. In August, I don't even. I think this is when I was doing those bathrooms. Um, okay, so October is a little more under control. The red and green days are about the same. Actually, my red days are like bigger. Negative 461 first week, negative 59.68 the second week. This week we're up 32.83. Got 2 days, man. Gotta keep it together, man. 2 days, we could be green on the month. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, that's how it's going. I feel like where's the curve at? Here's the curve. It's starting to curl up, man. Y'all see that right there? We curling up. It's the curl, right? This was the bad news hit, right? We had the bad news right here, and everybody sold off. And then we had a little dead cat bounce, right? And then, a little accumulation phase, reverse split, you know. And now here we go. We drop some news, drop some more news. Starting the uptrend, baby. It's like I made some money, but I lost more. Biggest profit 184.44. What was that on? On gold. Oh, I remember trading gold. Wow. Wow. Oh yeah. Traded the heck out of this. Yeah, I was getting my ad on back here. I love adding. It just, there's a right way to do it, and then there's a way where you mess up your trades. Running P&L. Yo, I only had a second of red on that joint, and we were all good. Nice. 82. Almost had 200. I'm sure I was holding out for 200 on that puppy. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. Just having a little curious fun here. Huh. It's not too bad. Well, it's hard to say because I don't have any. I need to go back and see if I can get some more data out. I think I can get. I don't know if I can export from prop reports, but yeah, I may have to use that data for some of that information. Anyway, man, I went long. My bad. Um, I feel like I'm getting my mojo back. Um, just starting to do the right things and paying attention to the right things. Still got some bad habits though. That's the main thing. But at least I'm getting closer to finding the stocks. Like it just I felt like I couldn't find the stocks that I needed to put in front of me for my strategy to work. I knew my strategy. I know my strategy is good, but I just gotten lost. Mainly, I got lost in my trip to big caps. I hated trading things that moved with the SPY. I hate it. I don't like it, bro. I don't like looking at the SPY and like looking back and forth like, oh man, SPY's pulling back. What should I do? Should I, you know, I really like looking for gappers that have catalysts that are mid cap and just don't really care about the SPY. Like not inside of the S&P 500, just a up and coming stock doing good things, you know. And it's been working really well, at least for the last couple weeks. So really excited to finish the week strong and see what we can do for the rest of October. And, you know, maybe one day we'll get to trade $10 risk. Just trying to take it slow, man. Trying to take it slow and not have to keep putting money in my account. How about that? Yeah. Anyway, sorry for rambling. Um, thanks for checking out my video. Appreciate your comments are much appreciated, man. Aside from the you have no edge, like statements, statements are I mean, you know, it's whatever. It's social media, it's YouTube, you know, you're gonna say whatever you're gonna say, but you know, there's a difference between constructive criticism and condemning and just like pointing out the obvious, you know, somebody struggling, but um it's whatever. I got a thick enough skin. My guy Pharaoh be testing me every day. Hey, he gave me the applause emoji today though. But it's all good, man. Victory gonna be that much sweeter when we get there, inshallah. But all right, y'all, man. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. Discord links in the description. If you need an awesome broker to get started day trading, send me an email, man. I can hook you up with a offshore joint, get you some better deals than you would get going directly through the broker. What else? That's it, man. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.